As a business owner, it is so hard to know what to write and how to write it. I'm Kim Kiel, and I have got 5 fabulous tips to help you make sure every piece of copy you put out into the world is ready to go and is going to help you get those sales.
Let's talk a little bit about this writing mindset because, why is it so hard for people?
Well, I think because we were taught very formal ways of writing, being grammatically correct. And I think that, we all probably have a little bit of overthinking and trauma around it. Also, when you read things on the internet, you just think, some things sound really good, some things sound really bad. You don't really know how to find your way. And then people are telling you all the time, like, oh, writing is so important. It's like you have so much writing to do when you're a business owner and you have to get it right in order to have these sales. And that may be true, but it doesn't have to be hard. So when I discovered copywriting formulas, which a lot of people like to frown on, it was like this whole new world, like the heavens opened. It was like I found this golden key to unlock speed, creativity, and sales is through these copywriting formulas. And so just start, don't overthink, just start, grab this formula and just start writing.
Interesting. I mean, I can see why it gives us a starting place. And I think so many people struggle with that. What does your copywriting process look like?
Between 50 and 80% of any of my copywriting projects are research. It's me researching my client. It's me understanding their offer. It's me interviewing their clients. I typically interview between 3 and 5 clients of theirs to hear, what were you struggling with when you said yes to so-and-so? What was going on in your life that made you realize you needed help with this? What other things did you consider? What hesitations did you have when you were saying yes? And all of that becomes copy. So as I begin interviewing people, looking online for similar competitors or even other courses in the same niche and reading some of the comments or testimonials or reviews that those people have, you start to see what's very important to those clients. And then you are able to really pick up some big themes about those clients. So interview your customers and clients, and then you pull that into, these are the pains and problems that they're having. These are the solutions. These are the hesitations. And you can tackle that in the copy within the copywriting framework that you choose.
That's awesome. So how can a digital marketing assistant help set you up for success? So when our client's ready to, hire the big gun to come in and make our copy better, what could we do so you can do a better job?
In some of the situations that I've been in with working with people's team is to help find the customers that we are going to interview, to make a loose introduction like, hey, you're going to be hearing from Kim. She's going to reach out to you and set up an interview. It's totally chill, making that little casual intro. It's also getting all of the copy files. So copying over the nurture sequence, copying over any of the testimonials and case studies that you have, copying over the existing copy that you want refreshed. So it's all of those pieces. And then also I've worked with team to deliver the first draft.
I want to help my digital marketing assistants be more knowledgeable about copywriting so they can see opportunities to strengthen our copy. And so I wanted to talk to you, and you're going to share some copywriting tips.
So the 5 C's is my take on what was originally called the 4 C's, and it's by a famous copywriter and marketer named Robert Bly. His 4 C's help you really understand how to write great, crisp copy that will convert. The 4 C's are clarity. You want to make sure that you are clear on your offer. You want to make sure you're clear and have clarity on your audience, like who is your one reader. You also need to be concise. That's the 2nd C. When you are concise, it's encouraging you to have short sentences versus those really long sentences that so many of us have been trained, write these compound sentences. The 3rd element that you need, the 3rd C, is credibility. So especially when it comes to sales messaging, you need to have credibility. You need to show and demonstrate that your offer or solution works. Is there proof? This is including logos, including data points, including testimonials. So when you're reviewing a sales page or a sales email, do you have some of these credibility points on the page? The 4th C is it has to be compelling. And this is where we make it, is it compelling to read? So Are you being engaging in your writing? Are you using strategies like emojis, GIFs, images? Are you telling story? Are you using a little bit of humor? Are you using self-deprecating humor? It's like, how do we make our writing more enjoyable and entertaining to read? So that's one area of being compelling. The other area of compelling is, are we compelling our person to take action? The fifth C that I've added to Bob Bly's 4C formula is compassion. I believe that, especially today in a post-pandemic world, post-apocalyptic world, we need more compassion and kindness in our copywriting. And it's sort of the foundation for being an ethical salesperson. So, are you being kind in your copy? Are you showing empathy for your reader? Are you giving people enough time to make a decision? Are you using slimy sales tactics like countdown timers that really make people get them into fight or flight mode? Like, there are ways that we can just add on this sort of layer of compassion and kindness that will still create beautiful sales.
Yes. Oh my goodness. These were such good copy tips. And I think we can, as unicorns, look over our client's email as we're formatting, as we're helping build out the pages or write the blog post, have all of that in mind. And you have more magnetic copy tips for us. Tell us about your freebie that you have for this audience.
It's like 15 pages of gold, if you ask me. They are really short, snappy. And again, like if you are coming into working with a new client, you could probably just look through this magnetic copy tip checklist and see a couple of things that you could recommend to tweak right away and like look like a rock star.
Yeah.
It's everything from like how much white space you have on the page, how to make your headlines show up, different kinds of copy formulas that you can use, how to use bullets, the rule of one, the rule of you, all different manner of tips that you can use anytime you sit down to write or you're editing something that your client might have written. You can get it at www.kimkiel.com/magnetic.
So, do you have advice for a unicorn who's thinking about specializing in copy? Like, what would you tell him or her?
So I would share sort of the path that I took to feel confident in my copy skills. Is I have actually invested a lot of money into different kinds of copywriting training. I've taken the certification programs from copy hackers, their copy school, which always is a great investment if you're willing to invest in that next level of copywriting. I would say read some of the great books like the Copywriter's Handbook. Another great book is called Words That Sell, which is a way to like infuse some really power words into your copy. There are so many resources out there that you can use to sort of help you elevate your copy skill. At a certain point, you just got to say, okay, I'm expert enough and I'm just going to start doing the copywriting.
This is all very meta. All of the copy tips you shared, the ones inside your freebie, the magnetic copy guide, we all can apply this to our outreach emails, our portfolios, our own social, our own website. So just to say it very bluntly, like you need to know copy. If you are an independent contractor, you are a self-employed business owner, and you need to be marketing and prospecting for yourself, and your words matter.
One of the most important rules that I can leave you with is the rule of you, or the what's in it for me rule. Like when you're creating your portfolio, think about it from the perspective of your client or your potential client. Like you want to set that up so that you're like, do you need website copy? Well, here is some website copy that I've written before. Just really position it to the benefit of the reader or the client that you're trying to attract. Everything, your website, your emails, put it through the lens of what's in it for the reader. And if you can't really answer that, or if it's feeling a little bit too, I do this and I do that and I do this and I do that, it's not going to work. So definitely go back and just make sure that you've really, really understood who your reader is, what they want. And as you're messaging and selling your services, you're really touching on those points.
Oh my gosh, that is such a good tip. Thank you for sharing.